guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Lavinia and I post beauty videos regarding makeup, skincare, acne positivity, and just making you feel the most confident in your own skin. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new, hi, welcome, and if you're returning, I'm so happy to have you here because today we are going to be doing latte makeup. I've seen latte makeup all over my TikTok For You page. It's like all latte makeup, latte makeup, latte makeup. With that occasion, I made some chai tea latte to get into this, but basically, the whole trend of this is a very bronzy look. You know, the skin is bronze, the eyes are bronze, the lips are bronze. Like, it's a very monochromatic look, probably from what you can see on the skin here. But I haven't seen many people try this out. One, on YouTube, doing a full blown out tutorial, so I got you. Second, I haven't seen many people do it on textured acne prone skin, which I have, so I wanted to try it out for you guys today and show you how latte makeup, this very bronzy, beautiful look, can look on a skin type that's not so much seen on social media. So if you want to see all that, you'll just have to keep watching. But before we get into the tutorial, I do have to give myself a little promo here for my podcast, Loud Talk with Lavi. We post every single Sunday on the Loud Talk with Lavi YouTube channel, as well as all your streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple, and wherever you catch your podcast. So every single Sunday at 7 a.m., it's a podcast all about breaking down the walls of beauty standards one flaw at a time. I talk about a lot of topics where I feel like people don't get loud enough about. I have some amazing guests, including entrepreneurs, business owners, and other influencers and content creators as guests on the podcast. So you just gotta go check it out. Subscribe to the Loud Talk channel, and also check us out on all of the regular podcast streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple. But without further ado, I'm gonna quit rambling on and let's get into this makeup tutorial because I'm so excited to show you how I got this look.
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters in my sheets.
So the skin is already prepped. I already went in with skincare, so let's get right on into this. I even have a chai tea latte. I felt like I was obligated to make this drink. Not because it's my favorite drink, but because we're doing this trend today, obviously. I think I'm gonna start off with the brows and just really quickly run a little brow pencil through them just to make sure there's no like awkward spaces. I feel like this makeup look is very natural, fluffy brow, so I don't want anything like too put together for the brows. I am gonna go in with brow gel though. This is from NYX and it's the brow glue, and instead of using this to slick down the brows, I'm just gonna fluff it right through and just create that like fluffy brow look like that. Just give them that like natural fluffed up look. I'm not really gonna clean up the ends either. I'm just gonna leave it like that. So this makeup look is really bronzy and everyone has that like natural glow to them. I'm pretty pale, so we're gonna need some bronzing drops to help. I'm gonna use these ones from Jones Road. This is their gel bronzer and it is in the shade Light. So I'm just applying this all over the skin and kind of doing like underpainting with this. Obviously, you know, it looks kind of dark right now. It'll all come together really soon. Make sure to blend those out. Get some on the forehead. This will make me look like I got that tan that I don't actually have. I look a little crazy right now, but that's okay. I feel like I have to go in with my Cali Ray Skin Wellness Diffusing Tint. This product screams latte makeup to me. When I first saw this trend going around, this is the product I instantly thought about. Make sure to shake this up, and I'm using shade 2 in this. Just gonna apply that on. I'm just blending this out with a brush, and you guys are about to see why I chose to use this product as my coverage like base product today in the first place, because this gives like the definition of latte makeup. It makes the skin look so smooth, because I feel like with this trend, you know, we want glowy, but we don't want like, it's not like that ultimate glowy makeup that we often see with most of these trends. It's more of like a subtle makeup. It's like if glowy makeup met cloud makeup, which is another makeup trend I haven't tried yet. Maybe I should try it. Do we see what I mean? Like, look how smooth my skin looks right now. But it still has that glow, and it didn't cover up that bronzer we put underneath. It's just the perfect amount of like coverage. I love it. Now I feel like with this makeup trend, they go a little heavier under the eyes. So I'm using Urban Decay Quickie, and this I'll be able to go a little lighter and a little more coverage with, and I'm just really much spotting this in the center of the face. Like, I'm not even gonna brighten really up here. Maybe we'll just do a little tiny bit. But like, we're not doing a full concealer or anything like that. Very, very sparingly. This concealer just blends out so beautifully over other products. So it's just perfect. And it provides a bit of that like matteness to the center of the face. I'm already loving how the skin's looking. Okay, adding more bronziness, but contouring first. I'm gonna use Makeup by Mario. This is the shade Light Medium in the contour stick. I love this product. And I'm just grabbing some on my brush here. And I'm just gonna start working this into my cheekbones to define the face. And this blends so nicely, and I find this way, you know, grabbing the product on a brush first, you don't get as much like streakiness, and it's not so much, and especially since I'm so pale, it will give us that bronze a little bit more nicely. There is just something about like feeling super glowy and bronzed. I'm gonna contour the nose slightly too. I love that. I love it. Okay, now the key for this look is like there's not a lot of color in it. Everything is super bronzy, so I'm gonna use this Sister Cosmetics. This is still bronzer, but it's like the creamy shimmery shade, and I'm gonna be using this as my blush because I don't want like to add like a pink or a peach or an orange. I want it to remain super bronzy, but this has a bit of that like peach to it and a bit of that glow. Like, look at that. Do we see how it still blushed my face up without adding like a color to it? I feel so bronzy. I love it. Okay, it's time to set the face. I think I'm going to use my One Size powder in Sweet Honey. This is a yellow powder, but I feel like it will just give this look exactly what it needs. I'm going to grab my One Size puff here and take this right under the eyes. And I'm really only going to set the center of the face with this look. But the yellow in this setting powder will really just make the skin look super golden. Okay, spreading that powder a little bit towards like the forehead and stuff. I do feel like a lot of this look is having that really bright under eye, so because we went in with that yellow, I want to bring some of that brightness back. So I'm going to use this NARS Soft Matte Enhanced Perfecting Powder. I actually haven't used this yet. This is in a nice and fair shade. This is in the shade Cove. And I'm actually going to use a powder puff with this to just get more pigment out of it. I'm going to lightly press this in the center right under the eyes there. Holy, did that smooth out the skin. This is like gonna be my new favorite powder for like touching up during the day because I feel like that just transformed my whole makeup look, and look how smooth my under eyes look. I actually just got these bronzers in the mail from MAC, and I think they're gonna work perfectly for this look. So what do we want to use? There's 4 matte blushes and 2 shimmery blushes. So let's start with the matte one. I think I'm going to use Light Golden because I'm light, but I'm trying to give the golden look today. Oh my gosh, look at this packaging, guys. So beautiful. MAC actually just sent me this brush too, which is going to be perfect for bronzing up. So let's grab some of this product. Ooh, okay. And bronze up the face with this. We really want to give Bronze Goddess. I'm going to take some of this onto the ear too to match the face, side, and then the sides of the face, and going to go a little bit on the nose with this as well. What a beautiful product. And then I'm going to grab one of the shimmer ones. This one is in the shade Light Rosy. I'm going to use the same brush and top off on my blush to really give it that bronzy cheek look. I love that. Okay, now it's time to start on the eyes and the lips. I'm starting off by taking that same matte bronzer we used on the face and dusting this into the crease just to create a nice transition. Ah, gorgeous. I think I have the perfect palette for this. I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury and take this nice shade right here and just start packing this lighter shade onto the eyes and into the crease. We don't need to be like too precise even with this look. It's really just like really dusted out and bronzy. And then I'm gonna grab the darker shade here and start fluffing that out in my outer corner and then up into the crease. Okay, now I'm taking like a thicker angled brush, and with that dark shade, I'm just pressing it near my lash line and then blending it up into the outer corner shades we created there. And I'm gonna slightly, very slightly wing this out. I still want it to remain very natural looking, and if the wing is like too perfect, it defeats the whole purpose. So keeping it very natural. I think I want to take a bit of this Natasha Denona Single in the shade Sense. And I'm going to top this right in the center of my lid, just like that. Very like, just placing it kind of all over. So I just went in with my Ico palette. I took this bronzy shade, look how pretty that is, and I pressed it, kind of connecting the Natasha Denona shade a little bit further down, and then took this beautiful light shade and pressing it right in the inner corner, and then I'm going to highlight a little bit of my inner corner with my finger. And the reason I'm using my finger is because I want the shadow to kind of be like all over, like I said. Like I don't want it to be very precise and like delicately put. And then with that being said, I'm just going to take some of these warm shades right here, dust off the shadow into my latte there by accident, holy, and blend these on the lower lash line. Smoke that lower lash line out and add a bit of a darker shadow, like a brown, to the very outer corner, and really just concentrate it and connect it to the top. Okay, I have to curl the lashes because I feel like the lashes really finish off this eye look really beautifully, and I always see all of these girls doing this look with really, really long, luscious lashes. And to get that fluffy look, I'm going to be using Urban Decay Perversion. This is one of my favorite mascaras for that really nice fluffy lash. So I'm just going to do a couple coats of this without it getting too clumpy. And then I'm going to get the bottom lashes too. I feel like this Latte Makeup definitely has like an intense bottom lash, so we need that. Okay, now for the lips. I'm so excited for this part. So I'm going to line with a deeper brown. I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk 3 Intense. It's like a deeper brown lip liner. And I don't want to go too crazy with this lip liner. Doing like more of a shading. I do want to overline just a tad, like that. That's exactly what I wanted. And then guys, I think I found the perfect lipstick for this look. I've been obsessed with this. This is from Shiseido. I have such a trouble pronouncing this brand, but these are their new lipsticks in one. They have the most amazing magnetic packaging. This one specifically is in the shade Data Stream, and look at this. It's like the perfect warm nude lipstick. I think it'll shoot this look perfectly. It's just such a good shade where it's like a little more on the warm side. And I think it's so beautiful, and it has that juiciness to it. And then I think I'm going to end off with a lip balm. This is from NARS. I wanted to try some new products today, so why not? This is in the shade Laguna, which is the shade of their bronzer. So I think this will look perfect and tie this all together. So let's just apply that. Oh yeah. Oh, I love this lip balm, and it just added such a nice warm touch to the whole look. Look at how glowy the skin is. Okay, I'm going to set this all down with my favorite Charlotte Tilbury airbrush. Alright guys, so here is the finished makeup look. I am obsessed. I literally am probably going to do this makeup so many more times this summer because it's just giving glowy goddess, and I love it. And I do feel like it does look really good on my textured skin. Definitely, you know, any glowy makeup is going to bring out the texture, but it could definitely look, you know, a lot worse. And I'll insert some photos of how this makeup looks in bathroom lighting, as well as how it looks, you know, away from the ring light, so you guys can actually see how it looks on my textured skin. But overall, really, really impressed with how this turned out. Definitely see why it's a trend, because it's beautiful. And I wanted to show you my version of it. So thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Also, if you're looking for more content from me, you can go check out my Instagram and TikTok at Lavinia Rosonda. I post daily on there, so lots for you guys to see. And if you're like, I love listening to you talk, I could listen to you all day, you need to go check out my podcast, Loud Talk with Lavi, a podcast where we break down the walls of beauty standards one flaw at a time on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all of your streaming platforms. Additionally, if you want to just be part of my community, you can join my Discord. I'll have that link down below, as well as all the links to every product I used in today's video. I think that is it. I think that is all I have to say and all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in into this week's video, and I will see you guys next Friday. Bye!
Oh, you tell me stories, you tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters.